if you're going to go, to the WNBA and the WNBA, here's the deal. And I'm looking at this and I'm looking at it collectively and I'm looking at what's going on. I'm looking at the transformation. I look at the expansion. I look at everything that's going on. The WNBA players are going to be in for a rude awakening, okay? Because half of the players in the league now are not going to be there, okay? And for whatever reason they choose to move on, not play, they are not going to be there. This corporate enterprise business structure, and the minute they gave the WNBA, okay, the chartered flights, was the minute it no longer became your league. Okay, and they're going to give more. I see Caitlin Clark's a $30 million a year player being coached by a $500,000 a year coach who just got that salary. He's been an assistant. So, what is Money Mike trying to tell you? I'm telling you, the WNBA is a corporate enterprise business. They've got 12 teams today going to take that to 18. They got Caitlin Clark signed with Wilson. Here's what's got to happen that Wilson knows and everyone else knows that's sitting at the top that's handling the money flow of the WNBA. They're going to need 17 more ambassadors of Wilson. Each one is going to be placed in the city, and they are looking for a new trend of player. So when you get Juju Watkins coming into this league, you get the Stanford player getting ready to be the number one pick. You got UConn getting ready to come in. Everything that this league stood for before is changing. And it is changing right in front of your eyes. And the coaching, the professionalness of the coaching has got to get better and better and better. Now, where am I going with this? And this is a far stretch. Caitlin Clark needs a coach like Dawn Staley. Okay, let's just cut through the chase. Caitlin Clark, basketball is so, IQ is so high. It's an embarrassment to hear Christie Sides talk. Caitlin Clark, when she gets to the press conference, she's breaking down every strategy, everything we need to do. And you got a governor, okay, who's holding back the engine from running 200 to 300 miles an hour. Okay, keep talking about we need to learn, we need to improve. No, Christie Sides, you must learn and you must improve how to coach a high-profile player. This is not an ordinary player, folks. Caitlin Clark is a generational player that you will not see for the next 100 years. And I'm going to keep it honest with you. This is a generational player you won't see for the next 100 years. Why am I saying this? Is when I look at a player that understands that I can go all 5 players on the court. I can shoot from anywhere. I can pass anywhere. I can make plays anywhere. I just need players around me. You could put Caitlin Clark on any other team, and they're going to win the championship. You put her on the Liberty, they're going to win. I'm not impressed by Becky Hammond and the Lakers and the Las Vegas Aces. I'm not impressed by what Becky Hammond has done going up to the San Antonio Spurs. Because here's the deal. You got Mark Davis, and that's the Las Vegas Raiders. And Mark Davis loves the game, and Mark Davis is willing to do whatever he has to do. Okay, but if Becky Hammond wanted to impress me, why don't you go over there and you go coach the Indiana Fever and you take the same players? Because here's the deal. When you got a back-to-back person that's mocking the game and bringing up race, it's an embarrassment, okay? And this is the level. Here's where I'm going, folks. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. We're powered up by Fanatics, and we're going to bring you the real deal as far as the W of what I see, of how I look at it, how I am looking at it from strategically. The league has got to come up, and the league is getting a lot more money coming its way, which means now the W for the players who have sacrificed and built it, it's no longer your league. And when you start getting into national television and you start getting press conference where you've got millions of eyes staring down on you, okay, there's going to be some corrections. I think they're going to correct the foul play, these hard fouls and everything that's happening. I think that's going to get gutted out the league too, and you're going to see some bigger suspensions. Now, is Caitlin Clark, her frustration of what she's doing, she's fighting out on the court. Now, she's getting technical fouls. Now, I could look at that one or two ways, okay, because you could look at it, okay, it's Caitlin Clark's frustration, okay, that she's having on the floor because she's not winning, or, okay, this is a behavior that Caitlin Clark and all the major sponsors, they're going to have to clean up because you can't run out every game getting technical, okay, because in the WNBA, which is following the NBA, You can't run out and get technicals because eventually you're going to get so many technicals, they're going to have to suspend you. Okay, because this is going to operate definitely like the NBA. And what I mean by that is, man, players in the WNBA have been able to do whatever they wanted to do. That is not the case anymore. You got too many eyes that are staring you down. You've accepted the chartered flights. You're accepting the extra money. You're going to be getting a whole lot more gratuity. Your per diem's going to go up. You got a brand new contract coming in that's going to be a TV negotiated contract. Folks, this is not the Players League anymore. This league now belongs to corporate enterprise business, corporate America. And they got a certain ideal of a product they want to put on the floor. And when I look at Christie Sides and I listen to her, I'm like, this is not even close to what the investors are looking at today. Take a listen, folks. This is the Indiana Fever Media, and they're bringing it as a post-game press conference. But this is something shocking to me. I couldn't believe it, but it's happened.
Before the game, you were talking about transition defense, forcing turnovers, and offensive rebounds. I believe all those categories were victories for you guys. Do you feel good about your performance in those categories?
It's really hard to feel good about my performance at all right now. Just this was a game that was ours to, this is a home game. This is a game we're supposed to win. We give up 24 points off turnovers. Too many turnovers in the fourth. Too many that led to easy points for them. They went to the free throw line, I think, 33 times. I'd say 6 of them were at the end because we were fouling, but 27 is way too many. And that was discipline. That was just, instead of us stepping over and stopping, having our teammates back, we're reaching and fouling. And that's just lack of discipline.
And last one for me, I'm just curious. Caitlin got that tech at the end of the first quarter. Did you get a reason as to why that was? Because it was kind of unclear from our perspective.
Yeah, we've got to, we're spending too much time talking to the officials. We've got to leave that alone. Like, we've got to just play our game and let them do their job and not put it in their hands to make decisions that, that ultimately hurt us. I mean, we don't want, we shouldn't get technicals. Let me get the technicals. Let me go after the officials.
Folks, and that's what you got on Christie Sides. And Christie Sides doesn't understand. Caitlin Clark is getting the technicals because you're not coaching the team. And her frustration is coming out on the court. And this is a bad habit. And you got Christie Sides who's sitting there and she's trying to justify, okay, and every time she comes to the podium, she's lost, okay? You cannot be in the WNBA. Folks, this is not college basketball. And this is where I brought up the point the other day, is you've got college basketball has better coaching than the WNBA. Okay, that's not supposed to happen, folks. That is not supposed to happen. Even in the NBA, you got NCAA coaches who try to go coach the NBA. They can't do it. It's too hard. It's too difficult. The players are making money. This coach does not believe in herself, who she is, what her capabilities are. And here's what happened. She got thrown into the fire, okay? And when you get under national exposure and the kitchen gets hot and you can't figure it out, and these are professionals, folks, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm going to look back and I'm going to look at Caitlin Clark and I'm going to look at the Indiana Fever and I'm going to keep talking about they're young. You're not young. You're one of the top 144 players in the world that you are claiming to be. In the United States, I'd say the top 144. Here's the deal with this. You're not young and you're not in training. Every single player, it comes down to coaching of who can execute. And this is something the WNBA, if this is the case, and they were going to use this as an excuse, then the WNBA needs to look at this hard, because this is why a lot of people didn't follow the WNBA or the W, because of parity. Okay, the NFL is the shield, the brand, the highest brand that's in the sports market today, and the number one goal and objective of the NFL is parity. There must be parity in the WNBA. There must be 12 to 18 stars or ambassadors for each and every city. And if you look at it, you'll look at Washington's franchise. For the life of me, you look at the history of that, and they were number one to go to the bottom of the barrel. Folks, this is the WNBA, and more money is coming. New TV contract is coming. And you cannot have coaches go out there and flat out embarrass the organization